What's up everyone, subscribe my channel Turbo Talk because today we're stepping into a chapter of American muscle car history that refuses to fade, refuses to be forgotten, and absolutely refuses to slow down. This is the legendary return of a nameplate so iconic that even people who don't follow cars know exactly what it stands for. I'm talking about the 2026 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am Y82 Special Edition, the modern rebirth of the 1978 icon that burned itself into the culture with gold pinstripes, screaming chicken attitude, and pure outlaw energy. And now it's back, reborn for a new era, re-engineered for a new generation, but carrying the same soul that made it unstoppable in the first place. Your screen right now is looking at a machine that doesn't just try to copy the 1978 Y82, it honors it like a sacred artifact. Because Pontiac may have left the stage, but the Firebird never died. It lived in the hearts of gearheads, collectors, outlaw cruisers, and Smokey and the Bandit fans who still know that black and gold hits different when it rolls through the sunlight. And this 2026 version? It's not a retro toy. It's a legit, fire-breathing performance machine built to prove that American muscle still has something to say, even in a world running full speed into electric everything. The moment you walk up to it, the black paint is so deep it looks wet even when it's dry. The gold pinstripes wrap the car like jewelry laid on obsidian. And that giant gold screaming chicken graphic on the hood? Yeah, it's back, but sharper, more aggressive, and glowing under the clear coat like it's about to take flight. The front fascia is sculpted with modern aerodynamics but shaped to remind you of the 1978 Trans Am's iconic beak. The headlights are thin, knife-like LED blades with a golden glow option. The hood shaker is functional, not a cheap decoration, breathing in air like a wild animal. Everything about the exterior is a love letter to the Y82 while still being a full-on modern performance build, but when you step inside, that's where the nostalgia and the future collide in the cleanest way possible. The interior is wrapped in black leather with real gold stitching that traces every contour. The digital gauge cluster can switch to a retro analog style mode that recreates the 1978 dash down to the typography. The steering wheel is thick, race-inspired, stitched in gold thread, with a phoenix emblem floating in the center. Even the startup animation shows the screaming chicken igniting into flames before the gauges come alive. This is how you do nostalgia right, respecting it while elevating every detail to match 2026 luxury and tech. Under the hood, oh man, this is where the real magic lives. You're probably wondering if Pontiac's return means an electric Firebird. But the people behind this project knew exactly what the fans wanted. They wanted sound. They wanted power. They wanted the kind of engine that makes the ground vibrate and makes your chest shake when you stand too close. So the 2026 Trans Am Y82 SA comes with a hand-built twin-turbo V8 that roars like a thunderstorm tearing through steel. We're talking numbers that would make even the old 455 shake its head, over 760 horsepower, track-bred cooling, and a launch control system that hits like a sledgehammer. But the most important part isn't the number, it's the feeling. When you hit the ignition and the engine growls to life, you feel that same outlaw attitude the original car carried. It's not trying to be polite, and it's not trying to blend in. It's here to make a statement. It's here to be the black and gold king of the streets. It's here to remind the world that American muscle is not done, not dying, not going anywhere. On the road, this thing doesn't just move, it attacks. The suspension is tuned to handle modern highways, twisty mountain roads, and track days without breaking a sweat. The driving dynamics are sharper than any classic Trans Am ever dreamed of, but the car still knows how to cruise with that old-school swagger. You sit back, glance at that hood shaker vibrating slightly as the engine pulses, and you feel like you're in a time machine designed by NASA. Every pull, every shift, every corner, every stoplight stare, it all feels like a celebration of the Firebird legacy, And yeah, people stare. They stare hard. Because this car looks expensive, looks rare, looks like something you can't just walk into a dealership and pick up. The 2026 Y82 SE is built in extremely limited numbers, each one individually numbered, each delivered with a certificate of authenticity, and each tailored to match the exact black and gold magic of the original 1978 Y82 Special Edition. If you don't know the original numbers, let me remind you, black and gold Trans Ams weren't just cars. They were symbols. They were lifestyle machines. They were Hollywood royalty. This new one takes that same DNA and injects it with 2026 supercar engineering. Come nighttime, the black paint vanishes into the dark, and the gold accents float like they're glowing under some invisible spotlight. And when you hit the throttle on an empty stretch of road, the turbo whistle blends with the V8 roar into a sound you don't just hear, you feel. It reminds you of a time when driving meant freedom, when cars had personality, when every mile felt like a movie scene, and that's the whole point of this car. It's not built to chase trends. It's built to bring back a feeling the world thought it lost. A feeling of American rebellion. A feeling of style that doesn't follow the rules. A feeling of pure mechanical passion wrapped in black paint and gold fire. The 2026 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am Y82 Special Edition isn't just a comeback. It's a resurrection. It's a tribute. It's a statement. And it's a reminder that legends can sleep, but they never really die. They wait for the right moment to rise again. So if you're watching this, if you love real muscle, real sound, real soul, then you already know why this car matters. You already feel the nostalgia in your bloodstream. And if you're new to the Firebird world, well, welcome to one of the greatest revivals in American automotive history. What's up everyone, subscribe my channel Turbo Talk because we're bringing you the biggest legends, the wildest builds, and the rarest machines the world has to offer. And trust me, this isn't the last time the phoenix will rise.